Okay, so it's gonna be description of another trade which I was mentioning yesterday on my Twitter. This one is actually USD Mexico one and FX trade. Obviously, past performance is not indicative for the future results. This is just educational value um, and determined. So hope you get it. And yeah, I mentioned about the trading this pair. Um, I think it was on December 5th. So last Friday, and right now it's Tuesday. So I can describe in in details in a second this trade, how it played, and yeah, and all of it. So what you can see here is a Sierra chart. Those are the daily market profile TPO TPOs, and those boxes are what I call blocks. And the reason why I'm, let's say, marking those days within this way is pretty much because I'm looking at the place on the chart where days were overlapping. So uh, as you can see, the value area of this day is overlapping with prior day. So this this is something that I want to merge. So this is the mechanic of the setup, which is called mother of all patterns. And I'm in this case I'm merging those days. So in Sierra I'm just merging, and this is like one first block, right? And the moment in which the the counting for the day to be valid starts is when you see the breakout. So as you can see here, we had a breakout to the downside. And then there was another breakout. Okay, so there was another breakout, as you can see from this value. This day is not overlapping with this one, right? So there was a break to the downside. And as you can see, this day is overlapping with this one. So I'm merging those days and, you know, creating another block. And the logic is that if those two blocks are overlapping with each other, then it gives me a hint that, you know, if the very next day is a breakout day, I must look here for the long side. I must. So this is for me indication that it's a good place to be looking for a buy. And I saw this already on Friday, and I mentioned about this one. Uh, and and that was the very, let's say, very first very first hint or clue that market gave me that um, it might be good setup to risk. And usually if I miss this very first move, I'm not chasing it, and I'm trying to catch it, either on the edge. So uh, and usually, that was the Friday evening. So I was looking, um, for for the stops to be run on the bottom, and unfortunately, I missed this trade. I think, I had this trade. I placed the buy limits, but market didn't trade through my limits, and yeah, that's kind of unfortunate, but it played actually beautifully. And if you see here, then both of the targets, which I as well mentioned on my Twitter. So I will merge this one and merge this one. So the very first target which I have is this point of control of the composite profile, right? So it was somewhere around here, and the next one is actually here. So uh, I would say that that was the first two targets were reached. Usually I have like runner as well, so my runner would be somewhere around, like a resistance level, somewhere maybe around here. Uh, so I guess at this stage, either I would be filled partially on those if I obviously had this trade only on those two targets, and runner won't be filled. But yeah, in this current, let's say, place where we are, I don't know. I don't have like a further studies. I won't be entering into the market here because already the trade supposed to be already within profit with those, let's say, two targets. And I'm not touching my stop. So uh, if I was in this trade, even here or even here, I wouldn't be changing my stop. But I don't know if that's the optimal way. Maybe in the future I will do a study just to have like a 50, 70 or 100 trade sample. What would be, let's say, the optimal way to do in this case? Let's say like few options. For example, if it's better to maybe move it to break even, which I don't like, and my gut feeling is telling me that won't be most likely the best scenario, but that's one case, or like dozens of other. Um, or maybe trailed somehow. I don't know. So yeah, that's just my thoughts about this trade, and yeah, hope you had fun.